third pick will be made by the Charlotte Hornets.
Next up is the Charlotte Hornets, which is crazy because Charlotte actually finished with a better record percentage-wise than the previously mentioned Atlanta Hawks and Washington Wizards. But Charlotte was the big winner, in my opinion, on lottery night because they have the third pick in the draft. Now, on one hand, I feel like the third pick is the best position to be in because all the pressure is on Minnesota with number 1 and Golden State with number 2. And I think all Charlotte has to do is pick the best player available. Now, the question is, who is the best player available? And also, if you're Michael Jordan and the Hornets, you want to add like some buzz, no pun intended. So you want to bring in a player that can have impact and have star potential. This is why this pick, on one hand, I think is easy, but on the other hand, I think it can be pretty tough. I think there's really maybe 5 players that they should consider with the number 3 pick that I would interview for. And I think Charlotte is in a pretty good spot because you have to figure the pressure's on Minnesota. And I think they take Anthony Edwards, number 1. We have no clue what Golden State is going to do with number 2. And with Charlotte, you just kind of have to pick the best player that's available. And I think that either James Wiseman, Onyeka Okongwu, Deni Avdija, maybe LaMelo Ball could be available. In my opinion, I would select the big. I know on my latest mock, I have them taking Onyeka Okongwu. I think Okongwu would be a good fit. I think he's perfect for Charlotte. He rebounds. He defends. He'll give them their best center since Al Jefferson, which probably isn't saying a whole lot. But that's just who I have them taking. But I don't think you can go wrong with Wiseman also. Wiseman is a rim runner, vertical lob threat. I think that he's probably, well, it's debatable if he's a better shot blocker. I think that he may have the higher upside, so to speak, than Okongwu. But I feel like Okongwu is safer. But either way, you can't go wrong. That's the direction I would go in. If LaMelo is available, I know it would be tough to pass him up simply because he will bring a buzz to Buzz City. He would sell jerseys. He would immediately have like a financial impact. And I think that he would give the fans there some hope. The question is do you feel like Tay Graham or Terry Rozier are good enough to where you pass on LaMelo? I honestly don't know. Like I said, if you've been paying attention, I'm not really, really high on LaMelo Ball. I think that he's a top 5 pick for sure. I do have some questions and concerns about him and his game. And I like Tay Graham. I know a lot of people are going to be on my neck for this one, but me personally, if I'm Charlotte, I'm going to take one of the bigs. If Avdija is available, I think that he would be a really good complementary piece for what they have. The Graham and Rozier backcourt looks like you might be kind of married to those guys for a couple years. Avdija would give them another ball handler, a guy that they can run pick and rolls with. I think, like I said earlier, he's a good team defender. And I feel like you need as many guys that can pass the ball, make plays for others as possible on the floor. And I just think Avdija would be a good fit. I think P.J. Washington had a really good rookie year, and he's an underrated passer. So I think if you had a lineup of Washington, Avdija, looks like, is Batum still there? I don't know. But yeah, if you had Washington, Avdija, and Rozier and Graham, I think that the ball should move a little bit more. But like I said, I think I would go with a big here. And the question that it's tough to answer is, on one hand, you feel like you have to be able to play small in the NBA. And then you look at the impact that Bam made on Miami, and you look at the Lakers, which their small ball lineup was still a traditional big lineup because Anthony Davis is a 5, in my opinion. And so if you're Charlotte, do you feel like taking a big this high at number 3 is a bad choice because you can't build around bigs? Or do you just go with LaMelo Ball and then you try to figure it out and you have, your 3 point guards of LaMelo, Deontay, Terry Rozier, and then you try to address a big in free agency? I'm not sure, but I think those are the players they should look at. I don't know if Killian Hayes makes a lot of sense there, just because I just don't know. Like, I think Hayes is better than LaMelo, but I just figure at Charlotte at number 3, they're not going to pass up on LaMelo, even though I think they should. But yeah, but if I'm Charlotte, you know what? I'm going with Onyeka Okongwu at number 3. If he somehow ends up at Golden State at number 2, which I really haven't seen any of those rumors. It seems like Golden State and Wiseman and Avdija is what I've been reading a lot of. So I think Okongwu could fall to them. The Bam comparisons, I've been seeing them a lot, and it's interesting. I looked at my old draft from 2017, and pretty much everything that I said about Bam is what I'm saying about Okongwu in 2020. I didn't know, and maybe I missed it, but I didn't know Bam was the passer that he is, and I actually feel like Okongwu has shown more passing instincts and more skills as a passer at USC than Bam showed at Kentucky in 2017. So if you get a Bam type, performance out of Okongwu, then it's a win. But again, I'm going with Okongwu. I think that he would be the best fit for the Charlotte Hornets.